So we're back. It's a Saturday afternoon, early afternoon, 2 o'clock p.m. I made a discovery yesterday, which was rather disappointing. I might have reacted strongly when I initially found it, but I'll show you why. So Thursday night was the last time I played on Restland. Thursday night we were working on the tower. Here, we'll show you. We were working on, not this part. This looks really good though. We were working on this part and trying to just flesh out ideas. The server crashed like maybe an hour into the stream and it never really came back up. We ended up playing another game, but that's besides the point. The point was we were here the whole time, I think. I have to go back on the stream just to verify that, but I'm pretty sure we were here the whole time. I don't remember seeing Faye, Triss, or Pogs online during that short time that I was. So the server crashed. And yesterday I logged in late at night, about 11:30, just to see what was going on. I ran into Cryptic and he was showing off some of his stuff. And I wanted to show him an aspect of mine that might help his situation. And then I remoted, or well, I TP'd into here and found this. Now, if you can't quite see what's wrong with this yet, I'll point it out. The majority of the cargo net is gone. So we had cargo net pulling melons out and dumping it into our generators. All the cargo net pieces are gone. These machines had cargo net inputs and outputs. The inputs are gone. Same here. This has lost everything. Even the ones that were in the sky above to create the links that we needed to make it part of the network are gone. Our manager is gone. Our second manager that we had set up over here is gone. This was an interface chest pulling stuff from this network to here and from this network back again. The two networks were far enough apart with the chest as a separator so that there wouldn't be an interchange between networks and you could have one cargo manager there running this little segment and then the other cargo manager there, well, it was over there, running this whole segment. The chest is gone and all of the inputs and output nodes that were on the chest is gone. And then, of course, all the connector nodes and all of the input and output nodes here. So the entire cargo network got decimated during, due to, before, or caused, I don't know, the crash. So I was on with Rest last night, and Rest, I got to throw out a bit of an apology. I might have been a little short with you. It wasn't you. It was me just pissed off at the game because the amount of hours that I put into building this up and it just gone. I was rather pissed. I'm a little calmer about it. I've decided that I'm going to rebuild it. I'm doing up the stream so that I've got video recording of it. This is the state that it's in after the crash. You can see that there's just a fuck ton missing. There's no network. We got to rebuild it. I'm not even sure if having OP in this particular instance is going to help because you can't just pick this stuff up from creative. This stuff has to come from manufacturing in SlimeFun, and then you might be able to copy it. I don't know. I'll try it. We'll see what happens. But the purpose of the video is to show what it is after the crash and then rebuild it the way I had it. And then submit that to Rest in video form so that he could submit it to SlimeFun, the devs, and they could possibly find out what it was that made everything disappear. Okay, I think we're done. So, end of video. I will doctor this up and send it on to Rest. Everything's connected now again, and you can take a look around and see what we had, and you can use this to compare to what I showed in the video, the beginning of the video, as to what we lost along the way. Now, it appears we only lost one machine, and that was a biogenerator. That was odd. The only bit about this being lost is it would have been right in and around the area of where this cargo manager was in the first place. I can't remember if the cargo manager was there or here or over top of that, but that one machine that we lost would have been close to it. This cargo manager, I think, is in a completely different place. Yeah, it would have been over this line, I think, originally. It doesn't really matter that we've done it here instead, but so the bioreactor is the only machine that it looks like we lost. But as you can see, we lost like the entire cargo network. It's been rebuilt now. You can see what was here before. This is what I had. 2 systems. This is the main one. This one produces enough overage of gravel to provide this chest. These units here are the furthest away on this network that they can be without interfering with this network. So we've got an interface here that is separated between the 2 networks. This one sends gravel into here and it gets processed into uranium. And then all of the other stuff besides uranium that comes from that is pushed back into here and pushed back into the network. This is the only thing that I've seen on Restland that is different from anyone else's setup, and that is I've used an interface between 2 cargo managers. And the reason I did that, I'll explain, is because over on these, sorry, no. Why can't I fly? Okay. This whole set used to be over here. And what I was finding when it was part of that network is this machine was supposed to bring out pure, what is it? These ones, pure ore clusters. So pulverized comes in, pure ore clusters go out. This input into the network should have pulled the pure ore clusters out and put it into here. But that transfer between those 2 was not happening. And I suspected the reason was because we've got so much in on that network. And like modded, I'm familiar with, you can overload a network to the point where it will do things like that. So I simply created a second network, tied it in, and as soon as I did, that worked. Like this whole system worked fine. This part here was not an issue anymore. So there was definitely a limitation hit, I think, here in this network as far as too many cargo network nodes of whatever sort. So I created a new network over there. That's why the second manager is there. And that's the only difference I know of between our setup and anybody else's setup on the server is the 2 network things. Plus the fact we hit the maximum on this network. So there you go. That is it rebuilt. You've seen what it looks like, or looked like after the crash and everything missing. That explains the one difference that I think we've got between our setup and anybody else's setup, and the reason why there's that difference. Rest, do with this what you will. And if you hear anything back from the SlimeFun devs, as far as they found something because of this, just let me know. I'm curious.